Hi friends, I'm Kim from Piper Moon Yoga, and this is a 30-minute yoga basics practice. Let's get started in a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. I'm sitting with my legs crossed. You can sit with legs extended. Maybe you'd like to elevate the hips with a blanket or block. Relaxing the shoulders down, the chest is open, and the crown of the head draws up towards the sky. The gentlest tuck of the chin. Just taking a few deep breaths here through the nose. And exhaling through the nose. A few more breaths on your own. Let's take one more full inhale. Exhale, let go. Let's bring the chin down towards the chest. Let the head come over to the right side. The left shoulder draws back and down. Gently nod the head here. Come down through center and over to the other side. Draw the opposite shoulder back and down. Gentle nods of the head. Let the head go side to side, drawing a U shape with your chin. It's moving at your pace, remembering that this is your practice, and only doing what feels right in your body and what resonates with you. Let's make our way back through center. Long spine, full inhale. Let it go. Drawing the shoulders up towards the ears, back and down. Making circles. You can move in the opposite direction when you're ready. Coming back to center, give the shoulders a shake. Let's bring those hands out in front of us, making fists, flexing up and down. And then draw circles, moving in both directions. You can open up those palms, continue to draw circles. Bring the hands down to the lap. Start to rotate the torso, making circles. Circles can be big or small, fast or slow. It's feeling into the spine and into the hips. Move in the opposite direction when you're ready. Start to make those circles smaller and smaller, spiraling back to center, back to stillness. When you get there, take a full inhale. Let go. Inhale, arching the back, opening up through the chest, gaze up towards the sky, the shoulders draw back. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin. Inhale, open up through the chest. Exhale, round. One last time, opening up. And rounding here. Coming back up, long spine. So reach one arm up towards the sky, lengthen, and then we'll bend towards the opposite side. The hand can come down for some support. Next inhale brings you back through center. Release that arm down. Opposite arm reaches up. Lengthen. Bend to the other side. Our next inhale brings us back up. We'll reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, twist to one side, gazing over the shoulder. Inhale brings us back up, we're reaching arms up. Exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale brings us back up, reach those arms up, maybe a back bend, reaching arms back. Exhale, hands come down to heart center or to rest in your lap. Just take a moment here in your practice, perhaps you'd like to set an intention or just connect with your breath, maybe call in some gratitude. Full inhale and exhale. Releasing hands down to the lap, we'll make our way to hands and knees, our tabletop pose. So if you have a blanket or towel you'd like to place under the knees for a little support, you're welcome to do that. Once we come to all fours, we're going to bring the shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Your toes can be long or tucked here. Spread those fingers nice and wide. Let's find our cat and cow. Inhale, we drop the belly, lift the gaze and the tailbone. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, round. A few more of these on your own. One more full round of breath. Make your way back to tabletop. Take a full inhale. Exhale, we find our child's pose, sinking the hips back towards the heels. So the knees can be separated nice and wide, or they can be closer together. Arms can extend out in front of you, or stack the forearms or the hands and rest the forehead down. Take 3 breaths in your child's pose. After your 3rd breath, start to rise back up, coming to tabletop, and setting up our downward facing dog. Walk fingertips forward a couple inches, spread those fingers nice and wide, tuck the toes, lift those hips up. So we're in that upside down V shape. Pedal out the feet when you get here. Walking our dog, bending one knee and then the other. Find 3 more breaths. After your 3rd breath, shifting forward to your high plank position, we bring the shoulders over the wrists and we'll lower the knees down to the mat. Bend through those elbows, lower the chin and chest, come all the way down to the belly. Hands come under the shoulders, pulling those elbows close to the body. Zip those legs towards each other. Inhale, we lift up just the head and the chest. Baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lifting baby cobra, keeping the hands light. Exhale, lower. Last time we'll lift up and hold here. Maybe those hands float off the mat. Shoulders squeezing towards each other. One more inhale. And exhale, lower all the way down. Let's stack the forearms on top of each other. Rest the forehead down. It's our crocodile pose, giving the spine a chance to rest. If it would feel good to do so, you can bend the knees and send those feet side to side. Maybe circle out the ankles, point, flex those feet. Send the legs long. Let's bring the hands back under the shoulders and just push back up to our tabletop. Then tuck the toes, lift those hips downward facing dog. Another full breath here. Now let's lift the heels, bend the knees, and start to walk those feet towards the hands, making our way to a forward fold. So make any adjustments here that you need to. And the chest and the belly will come down towards the thighs. A nice bend in the knees, arms dangle. You can sway side to side. You can find your ragdoll, opposite hand to opposite elbow. Let the upper body feel heavy here. Nodding the head yes. Shake it no. Release the hands down to the mat. On our inhale, we find a half lift, so we flatten the back. Hands come to the thighs or the shin. Exhale, folding forward, bend through those knees. Inhale, half lift, flatten the back. Exhale, fold. One last time, half lift. And fold forward. Root through the feet, rise all the way up to stand on your inhale, taking your time. Nice and slow, one vertebra at a time. Reach those arms up overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Just pause here. The hands press in towards each other. Our first fully standing pose, we let that energy stabilize. Let's come into our half sun salutations, connecting breath and movement. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, flatten that back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise and reach, sweep those arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time, inhale up. Exhale down. Halfway inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach, maybe a back bend at the top, reaching arms back. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pausing here. Let's take a few breaths on your own. One more inhale. Exhale, releasing hands down to the hips. We're going to walk the feet in towards each other so the big toes come to touch, a little space between the heels. Setting up our chair pose. We're going to sink those hips down, bending through the knees, shifting the weight into the heels, reaching those arms out in front of us. We're going to draw those shoulders back and reach the arms up. Option to stay just like this. You can also cactus those arms out or bring hands to heart center. Couple more breaths here on your own. Your next exhale, fold forward over those legs. Find a rock side to side. Root through the feet, rise all the way up to standing. Reach those arms up. Maybe a back bend. Hands come to heart center. Full inhale here. Exhale, releasing hands down to the hips. Stepping all the way to the top of the mat, we're going to set up our warrior one pose. So rooting through the right foot, the left foot will step back. It comes to a 45-degree angle or a 10 o'clock position. Nice bend in the right knee. We're going to square up the hips. So the left hip draws forward, right hip draws back. The hips are square to the top of the mat. And you can stay here or start to reach those arms up. Warrior one. Drawing the shoulders away from the ears, reaching those fingers up towards the sky. Two more breaths on your own. Releasing those hands back down to the hips. Shifting the weight into that front leg, we're going to step the back foot up to meet the front. And shake those legs out. All right, let's try the other side. So, coming back to the top of the mat, hands come to the hips. Root through that left leg. The right foot will step back. Comes to the 45-degree angle, or that 2 o'clock position. Square up those hips to the top of the mat. Bending through that front knee. Reach those arms up. Warrior one. 3 breaths here. After your third breath, releasing the hands back down to the hips. Shift the weight into that front leg. Step the back foot up to meet the front and shake out the legs. Okay, let's go ahead and turn so that we are sideways on the mat here. And we're gonna step those feet out nice and wide. So feet are gonna step wider than hip distance. Yes, setting up our warrior two. We're gonna take those right toes and turn them towards the right side of the mat, bending through that front knee, reaching arms out, warrior two. Gaze over those front fingertips. Couple more breaths. Now bring your attention to those front fingertips. Flip that palm, reach up to the sky. Peaceful warrior, keeping the bend in that front leg. The back hand either reaches down the leg or tucks behind the back. Gaze up towards the hand or keep your gaze more neutral. Come back to your warrior two. Extended side angle. His right forearm comes down to the right thigh. We're gonna tip that torso down, and that left arm will sweep around so the bicep is by the ear. We're reaching towards the top of the mat. Extended side angle. Your next inhale brings you back up to that warrior two using your core strength. Exhale, go ahead and straighten that front leg. Hands come to the hips. Shift the feet so that they're parallel. Maybe rock those hips side to side. Let's try the other side. So now the left toes are gonna turn towards the left side, bending through that knee. That back leg is nice and strong. Reach the arms out, gaze over those front fingertips. Warrior two. Bring attention to those left fingertips. Flip that palm, reach up to the sky. Peaceful warrior. Right hand comes down the right leg or tucks behind the back. Keep the bend in that front knee. Next inhale brings you back to warrior two. Extended side angle. So the left forearm comes down to the thighs. We tip the torso down. Right arm comes around, bicep by the ear, and we reach. Long line of energy from the right fingertips to the right toes. Using your core strength, on your inhale, we rise back up. Find that warrior two, reaching arms out. Exhale, let's go ahead and straighten the front leg. Hands come to the hips. Shift the feet so that the toes come in, the heels come out. Finding a wide leg forward fold. We hinge at the hips here, lead with the heart. Coming into our forward bend. Hands can release down to the mat. If you have blocks, you can place hands on your blocks. You can always put the gentlest bend in the knees if this isn't serving you. All right, to come out of this, let's just walk those feet in just a little bit closer. Bend through the knees, rise back up to stand. And start to walk the feet in towards each other, step the feet together, and shake those legs out. Reaching arms up overhead, interlace the hands, palms up towards the sky, bend to one side. Inhale brings us back up, bend to the other. Coming back up, let's rotate to the right side. And back to center, rotate to the other side. Coming back here, releasing arms down by our sides. Step the feet out. They're about shoulder distance apart. Finding our mountain pose, our arms are down by our sides, our palms are facing forward. All of the muscles in the body are engaged here. We're not locking the joints. Bring the gentlest bend to the knees. Feeling strong and rooted in your mountain pose. For our balancing pose, we'll try tree. So finding a focal point, something to fix your gaze on that's not moving. Bring the hands to the hips, shifting the weight into that right leg. We're going to lift the left heel up. Start to walk the foot in to the ankle, the calf, or all the way up to the thigh. Stay here or find expression with your arms. Hands can come to heart center, can grow tree branches, or even bring arms down by your sides. Couple more breaths. Releasing down when you're ready. If that was challenging, that's perfectly normal. If you were shaking, so was I. Balancing poses, we get stronger every time we try. Okay, let's try the other side. So mountain pose first, nice and strong and rooted. Find that focal point. Hands to the hips, shift the weight into the other leg, lift the heel up, walk the foot in, find your tree. This side may feel very different. Notice it without judgment. Finding expression with your arms if you like. Couple more breaths. Releasing all the way down when you're ready. Shake those legs out. Step the feet out a little bit wider and rotate side to side. Swing those arms through the air. You can let the arms make contact with the body as they come around, finding a tap. You can lift the heels. Slowly coming back to center. Step the feet a little closer, reach arms up, full inhale. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Just take a moment here to pause. Reconnect with your intention if you set one. Another full inhale. Exhale, releasing arms down by your sides. Let's make our way to a seated position on the mat. However you want to get there is absolutely fine. We come into a little core strengthening with our boat pose. This is one of my favorite poses. We bend the knees, hands will come behind them. Leaning back so the chest is open and the spine is long. Come up onto those toes, maybe lifting up one foot. Maybe we lean back and lift up both feet. Find your boat pose. You can keep those hands behind the knees or reach those hands out. Just a couple more breaths here. Releasing down when you're ready. Give those knees a hug. Rock side to side. All right, sending those legs out in front of us. We'll put a little space between them or zip them close together. You choose. Flex the feet, reach arms up, lengthen, lift. On our exhale, we hinge at the hips, lead with the heart as we come forward. You'll find that spot where you get stuck. That's where you stay. Just bring the hands down wherever that is. And if the hamstrings are feeling really unhappy, just bring a gentle bend to the knees. Inhale brings us back up, reach those arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the arms down, give the legs a little wiggle. And now we bring bottoms of the feet together, our bound angle or butterfly pose. So the heels can be close to the body or you can slide those toes away. If you have any trouble with the knees, feet away from the body, it's going to feel a little bit more comfortable. Just lengthen the spine here, full inhale. Exhale, lead with the heart, come forward. Doesn't matter how far down you go. Couple more breaths. Next inhale brings you back up. You can send those knees up and down if that feels okay. One last time, we'll extend those legs out in front of us, give them a little wiggle. And let's come all the way down to our backs. Coming to lie down here, we bring the knees into the chest. And to rock side to side, and draw some circles with the knees. Releasing the feet down to the mat, arms come down by our sides, palms facing down, setting up our bridge pose. On our inhale, we press through the feet, lift those hips up. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower. One last time, we lift up and hold it here. Imagine those inner thighs are squeezing in towards each other. Maybe the chest lifts up a little bit more. We're almost there. One more inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down. Pause for a moment. And then send the knees side to side. Coming back to center, take that right ankle, cross it over the left thigh. Our reclined half pigeon, stay here, or lift up that left foot, wrap the hands around the leg, and pull those legs in towards the chest. Feeling that stretch through the hip. Releasing the foot down, uncross those legs, and we'll try the other side. Left ankle over right thigh, stay here, or lift the foot up and pull those legs in towards the chest. And bringing that foot back down, we'll uncross the legs, walk those feet out nice and wide to the wide edges of the mat. Let the knees fall in towards each other, and then send them side to side. Windshield wipers. Okay, come back to center. Bring the knees into the chest, and then send those legs up in the air. Hands come behind the legs, point and flex the feet, circle out the ankles. Give them some gratitude. They work hard for us every day. And then release the feet down to the mat. Setting up our twist, tee the arms out by our sides. Shoulders stay down on the mat. Knees come over to the right side. Keeping gaze up towards the sky or over that left shoulder. Your supine twist. Your next inhale brings the knees back up through center and over to the left side. Gazing over the opposite shoulder or up towards the sky. Bring those knees back up through center. Take a moment here to pause. And then send the legs long, reach arms overhead for a full body stretch. Lengthen. And then releasing arms down by your sides for Shavasana, your resting pose. So allow yourself to melt into your mat. Releasing any tension in the body. Just take a few moments here. You can stay in Shavasana as long as you like. If you're ready to come out. Reach those arms overhead again, find that full body stretch. And then roll to one side, cradling your head in your arms. Take a full breath when you get there. Let it go. And then make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Keeping hands in your lap. Or you can reach arms up overhead. Take a full inhale. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me. It's been an honor. Namaste. Thank you, friends. We'll see you next time.